for the last day of the session. I think we've got a really nice session put together where we're going to kind of take the learning that we've done and actually have you go through. We're going to review performance task up front and talk about the performance task because that was what we worked on from our last session until today. And then we're going to transition from the performance task then back into kind of reviewing that blueprint and then actually have you take action on the blueprint and then get into that process of jurying. And hopefully by the end of the day you'll walk out of here with at least a unit assessment that's been blueprinted and juried. All the questions on it juried, or at least very close to having that done. And if you're efficient, then you might have a couple done. So hopefully we'll get to that point. Oh, I did not do that part. So we will be working on that. So, yep, let us get to that. Thank you. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is to review the targets. Please. So you know that when we started in, we kind of created these targets and then the pieces to build from that. So here are the learning targets. I just want to give you a second to look those over. And at this point, we're obviously transitioning into those last two bullet points. And then here are the outcomes. Just again, a quick review of these. And I know later we're going to have a time at the end of the day to talk about what next steps are, if you will, for Wyoming. And I don't know that that's clearly defined, and that's why we're going to have a conversational time. But you know, when you get a chance to go back and work with your building administrators, or you look at, as I said, when we started this work a couple years ago with Wyoming on the Smarter Balanced, or the Common Core curriculum, we talked about also having the assessment piece. And so a lot of this professional development series was around having conversation to help make that more efficient or make it even a reality. And I know you've got a lot of work that you've already done around some of that, but maybe this will offer some of the different ways that you can carry that work forward. All right, so again, just to let you know, this was pulled from the Michigan Assessment Consortium and the Smarter Balanced Assessment Group, and so we pulled a lot of resources from those same places. And we want to start you off then with kind of diving back in. So we talked about that performance task item last time, and we asked you to check out the Michigan Assessment Consortium modules and want to have you consider those last two bullet points there. So what are some possible new ideas that you have now with performance tasking here around assessment, and maybe just the performance task item in general? So we want you to just have a couple minutes conversation at your table around what were some of the things that either came from the video or from before that you thought about and where you are now around assessment or the performance task itself. All right, go ahead at your tables and have a conversation. Thank you.